let's talk about Arc 5. Hey guys, today we're going to be discussing Arc 5. Now, I know that Arc 4 is literally just finished. Wallaru is still in the test realm. We haven't even got it in the live realm yet, and I'm already talking about Arc 5. If any of you haven't seen and you don't want any spoilers for what happens at the end of Wallaru, I wouldn't recommend watching this video. I don't really go into it at that much depth, but obviously I need to speak about the ending of Wallaru to kind of speculate about Arc 5, if that makes sense. So watch the rest of this with a warning. At the end of Wallaru, the Arcanum and the Cabal come together to have like a final talk, and design says there that we can stop looking back to what we were. I think that kind of signifies that the whole feud between the Arcanum and the Cabal has finally come to an end, and that we can kind of close that chapter. It's very important to notice that the fact that he says that the First Order's gone, the Nothing is gone. That's King Zhao's way of kind of letting everybody know that that's the end of the whole Nothing arc and the whole Cabal First World thing. I think they've kind of just put that to a rest. Okay, so now that King Zhao kind of pretty much closed the chapter between the Cabal and the Arcanum, we kind of then go to Sybil, who then says malice does not die quickly, it lingers there even now, when she's talking about Wallaru. It's a reference to Wallaru. I think what she's trying to get at here is the fact that there is some sort of evil that still lurks within Wallaru. I will probably bring this up later on in the video, so just remember that little segment there. She also does say, and I quote, "The story is far from over. You'll explore new worlds, reunite with old friends, and fight new villains. The spiral will always need its scion." I'm gonna kind of describe what this ending means to me. With this ending, it feels like it's a way for King Zhao to kind of just close Arc 4 properly, kind of get rid of the whole Nothing idea, because especially when Dasein says that the Nothing is gone, I think it's King Zhao's way of telling us as players that the whole Nothing saga is over. I feel like it was quite complex, especially for the younger audience, so I can understand. I think they're moving away from the idea because it did start to get a bit complicated towards the middle. It also feels like King Zhao has done this, leave like an open space for whatever happens in Arc 5. I think that's a really good move from them. They might probably try and link it back to, you know, Arc 3, Arc 4 if they can. In terms of Arc 5 and the way that the game is heading, it's going to be very refreshing to see a new kind of villain arc. But it is concerning the fact that Sybil, who's a tree of knowledge, basically knows everything, is saying that there is malice that still remains in Wallaru. Now, I could be reading way too deep into this. If there were any ties to be kept to the other arcs, I think one of the major ties would be Wallaru, to maybe set off Arc 5 or give us the story of Arc 5. Whatever Sybil says, it goes. We can see that at the end of Imperia, where she mentioned you've got nothing to fear about or nothing to worry about, whatever she said. And she was right, because we ended up fighting the Nothing the whole time. As for my predictions on what will happen in Arc 5, obviously I think it's quite certain that Arc 5 is going to be a 3-world arc to kind of close it off at level 200. The last world will take us to 200, and I think that would be a good seal to end Arc 5 at. However, with Arc 5, when it comes to my predictions and my speculations, when Sybil mentions the fact that there is still malice within Wallaru, that does bring one thing to my mind. The thing that it brings to my mind is that Wallaru was all about the dreaming and getting into people's heads pretty much towards the end. Just a bit of a warning, I haven't even played through Wallaru, but through what the dialogue that I've seen and stuff, that's what I've kind of gotten from it. From what I can gather, it was kind of traveling into people's minds, into their memories. However, one of the people's minds that we have not traveled into is our own. Now, the reason that I say this is a big speculation for Arc 5, we have done pretty much everything. We've defeated every villain you could think of. We've even beaten the most powerful thing in the spiral, which happens to be us. What else could there be left to defeat? When Sybil mentions that Malice still remains in Wallaru, I feel like our memories and our thoughts still haven't been investigated properly. Is there a part of us that is some sort of evil? Is there a part of us that, like the other people in Wallaru, have regrets from a time we don't remember? There's all sorts of things that we can speculate here, but I think it'd be quite a good theory if that was the case. I think it's also confirmed the fact that the next arc is definitely going to take place within the spiral. Now that might seem like a really silly thing to say. There's always been speculation if the story could ever go outside the spiral. I doubt it. Sybil literally says that the spiral always needs its scions and that there's new worlds to explore. Worlds, I'm pretty sure, meaning within the spiral, so I doubt it's going to go out the spiral, just for anybody wondering. If you put everything to aside, my major speculation is that it's just going to be a fresh start, fresh villain, and the fact that Sybil says we're going to need the aid or the help and fight alongside the people that we've already helped in the past. I think that'll kind of link it back to the story in some sorts. I feel like a new villain with a new story would be kind of refreshing. So long since we've had like a bad guy messing up stuff, go and fix everything they're messing up and then defeat the bad guy. It's been a long time since we've had that. Yeah, that's my speculation on Arc 5. I know that the Nightmare dungeon is coming out soon. There might be some story within that dungeon. It'll be very interesting to see where King's Out takes this. Yeah, all we can do is just hope. I'll see all you guys there.